11 Manga where the MC is betrayed. Betrayal can be used as an effective tool in creating powerful stories in manga. The 11 manga discussed in this video all feature main characters who are betrayed by someone close to them, which leads them on their journey towards becoming powerful heroes or villains. These betrayals have lasting impacts on these characters and shape their stories in unique ways. Betrayal can be used as an effective tool in creating powerful stories in manga, as these 11 manga have shown us. Number 11. Dungeon Seeker. The protagonist in this Japanese comic is a high school student who has a companion and a bully. Suddenly, they were taken away to a different realm by some mysterious deity, while the bully, Junpei, was harassing them. The protagonist thought he was summoned as a hero with special powers, but it turns out his capabilities are not much more powerful than a regular farmer. Consequently, he is determined to avenge himself after being deceived by those he believed in while in a perilous maze. Number 10. Tsukimichi, Moonlit Fantasy. Makoto Misumi, protagonist, was an average high schooler who was summoned to another world of magic because of a contract between his parents and a goddess. However, the selfish goddess banishes him to a barren land because of his gloomy looks. The protagonist of this manga is reincarnated as the hero of a magical realm, only to be cast aside by the goddess who initiated the plan as he is no longer appealing to her. Everyone has rejected him, and he is left with no one to turn to. Nevertheless, he is able to acquire tremendous capabilities. What will he do with them? Number 9. Code Geass. If you're looking to exceed the expectations of everyone around you and come off as being highly intelligent, try to take after Lelouch Britannia. Sincerely, Lelouch makes Code Geass stand out from all other anime. This manga follows a protagonist who was formerly a prince. He is the fourth in line to the throne, but after his mother's passing, he gives up his position and is cast out to Japan accompanied by his sister. There, he joins a revolutionary organization to fight against his father's kingdom. Our main character is quite sly and cunning. Follow him as he takes revenge on his father in this manga. If you are looking for a manga with unexpected turns and intense mental battles, then this is the one for you. Number 8. Berserk Of Gluttony. Gluttony is a cursed magic skill that puts the bearer in a constant state of extreme hunger. Fate Barbatos was one of the unlucky magicians to inherit this ability. Treated like trash, his life has been resembling hell for quite some time now. This manga portrays a world where those with power are expected to fight monsters to become more powerful and successful, while those without are seen as lacking. Our protagonist is a gatekeeper who is treated harshly but possesses a hidden ability that causes him to become ravenously hungry when used. What will he discover when he learns the full potential of his power? Number 7. Stigma of the Wind. Kazuma Yamagami, protagonist, was born in the noble Kanagi family, but he was not gifted with the ability to use the blaze technique, which was the family bloodline ability, therefore he was banished. The protagonist of this manga had a father who was highly displeased with their child for not becoming a fire user like he had intended. Consequently, at a very early age, the main character was abandoned by their family, viewed as a disgrace. Over time, the protagonist developed into a cynical person, determined to prove their strength to the world at large. Number 6. Arifureta. Hajime Nagumo is a high schooler who is bullied by his classmates. One day, the whole class gets transported into an unfamiliar world. They all get magic abilities. However, Hajime doesn't get stronger until he is betrayed. The protagonist of this manga is an average student who lacks enthusiasm in life. Suddenly, he and his classmates are taken to a realm where they have to save a country and become heroes. Everyone in his class receives extraordinary powers except him, as he is a synergist, a craftsman who is the weakest of them all. After being hit by a random shot from his companions, he falls to the depths of a dungeon. What do you think he will find at the bottom of the dungeon, and will he be able to survive? Number 5. The Rising of a Shield Hero. Naofumi is an MC who spends his time holed up in a room and playing video games. Imagine his surprise when he was suddenly summoned to another world as one of the 4 legendary heroes. At the start, our main character in this manga is uninteresting. He spends a lot of time playing video games and reading manga. However, his life is changed abruptly when he is suddenly taken to a different realm. Here, he discovers that he is one of 4 renowned warriors who are responsible for protecting the world from a potential disaster. Unfortunately, he is betrayed and suddenly finds himself alone, without any help or support. He only has his shield to rely on, and it is now up to him to become the great shield hero and save the world. Number 4. Chivalry of the Failed Knight. A failed knight, Iki Kurogane meets Stella Vermilion, who's very smart. Both of them make up for one another's weaknesses and form a relationship. The main character of this manga is someone without any magical powers who still studies magic, which is why his peers make fun of him. Things change when a new director arrives at the school. There is also a princess who is an exceptionally gifted magician, but she only appears once every decade. One day, the protagonist and the princess come across each other while she is changing her clothes, leading to a fight between them, where the loser would have to be the victor's servant. How will this story play out? Will this seemingly weak character be able to beat the genius? What will happen after that? Number 3. 91 Days. 91 Days is about Avillo Bruno, whose prime objective is to avenge his loved ones. Angelo Lagusa, who is Avillo before he took on the secret identity of Avillo as part of his master plan for revenge, was just a child when he lost everything. The protagonist of this manga has experienced a great deal of tragedy. His father, mother, and younger sibling were all killed viciously by the Veneti Mafia. After this devastating loss, he abandoned his past life and moved away. But then he receives a letter that encourages him to return and avenge those who harmed him. If this story interests you, make sure to get a copy of the manga. Number 2. Vinland Saga. The story goes forward with Thor's son named Thorfinn. Author Yukimura Makoto has done a great job in portraying Thorfinn's life. You will love the detailing and particular quirks of the Vikings in this manga. The plot of this manga is very moving and will bring out strong emotions. I suggest you check it out. The protagonist's father is killed right in front of him, so he follows the murderer around the world as a war is going on. His hatred and drive for revenge intensifies as he matures, while simultaneously trying to survive the war. Will he be able to take his vengeance? Read the manga to find out. Number 1. Berserk. It is famous for its detailed explanation, research about each element including history, and human nature. The portrayal of rage, emotions, harshness, the reality is simply beautiful. This manga follows a master swordsman who starts out as a loner but eventually joins a team of mercenaries on a journey to the palace. Along the way, there are a multitude of betrayals, including the main character saving his friend from a slow and painful death, only to have the friend sacrifice him to a deity in order to become stronger. To understand the full story, you'll have to read the manga for yourself. I can assure you that you won't be disappointed. Well, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you will find some of the manga on here interesting to read. Be sure to check them out and recommend our channel to friends or family who you believe would need our recommendations.